So I was watching a comedy event held at the CERN facility of all places. So in the comedy bit, they start randomly mentioning that as they started typing in a Google search, a Google suggest term of how the government can save us from a zombie apocalypse came up.
What would the government do in a zombie apocalypse? Closely followed by what would the government do in an alien invasion? Come on, we've all wondered. What would the government do in a zombie outbreak, which I'm sure I don't need to tell you is subtly different from a zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse? CERN is created right over the land of an ancient Roman temple of Apollo in the shape of a serpent eating its tail. They literally performed a mock human sacrifice and ritualistic dance in front of the statue of Shiva, the goddess of destruction, and had people wearing nothing but underwear, surrounded by a man wearing a goat's head. They danced in front of the screen showing the all-seeing eye. It was almost as if they were about to join the Illuminati at a Super Bowl halftime show. I'm not making this up. All I can say is, when they went out for drinks afterwards, it must have been super awkward. I'm not lying about the Apollo thing either. The word Apollo is Greek and linked with apollymai, meaning to destroy, and Apollyon, the destroyer. Just in case your doom radar isn't sounding the alarms, Revelations 9:11, of all verses, states that the king over the abyss is Apollyon, the destroyer of worlds, in reference to who received the key to the bottomless abyss. What else is a bottomless abyss if not a black hole? Maybe Candy Crush. You know they have over 2,000 levels of that game? There are people out there with their house on fire, dog peeing on the carpet, kids are crying, and they're going, hey, you know, I'm almost finished with this level. Could you give me 1 second? But get this, CERN had actual classes at a facility about talking to the dead. If there is anyone that embodies the zombie apocalypse better than CERN, I haven't found it. CERN worships death. Aside from the rituals and the mock human sacrifices, a weasel got hit by CERN's electrical fence. And the electric fence was so overpowered it zapped CERN of all its electric power. And they had to shut down for a freaking year. And they put the dead weasel on display at a freaking museum as if to say, behold this dead creature who sacrificed itself on the altar of science and extraspatial realms. Their last experiment freaking destroyed 5 parallel dimensions. Now, I'm no scientist, and there's no direct proof of this happening, but I know it did, because everything freaking changed. See, a lot of people remember a lot of things that were not recorded in this dimension this way. I remember a world where Forrest Gump said life is like a box of chocolates.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Life was like...
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
My mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
I remember a world in which Star Wars said, Luke, I am your father.
No, I am your father. The redneck Jedi says, Luke, I am your father and your uncle. When I first saw the dialogue that said, Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
I remember when Depends was an adult diaper brand, and you're gonna need one when you go down this road. I remember Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs said, well, hello, Clarice.
Well, Clarice.
Hello.
Is this Clarice? Good evening, Clarice. Good evening, Clarice. Good evening, Clarice. Good evening, Clarice. Oh, hello, 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 Clarice.
And I remember mirror, mirror on the wall, not magic mirror on the wall. If you don't remember any of those things, congratulations, your parallel dimension wasn't destroyed. But mine freaking was! I remember Jiffy Peanut Butter and the Field of Dreams line, if you build it, he will come. And I remember when you could watch a video without a freaking pop-up ad telling you to ask your doctor about Viagra. I'm sorry, I just don't like my doctor in that way. Take the red pill and see how far the rabbit hole goes. Take the blue pill and contact your doctor if you have 4-hour erection. Never had to worry about reality shifts altering your world before CERN created a giant rip in space-time? A zombie apocalypse? No such thing in this dimension. But now, for all you know, reality may shift more dramatically and dead people climb out of the grave and start doing the freaking Thriller dance in front of some Jewish guy, wondering why grandma, who has a dislocated hip and has been dead for decades, is suddenly dancing like Michael Jackson meets Betty White, accompanied by actual Michael Jackson and Betty White. And at first they're just friendly and here to dance and here to enjoy being alive again until one of them gets too close to a particle accelerator and its particle smashes into his face. Then he's a little ticked off, so he grabs another zombie and boom, zombie apocalypse. And I don't know the science behind zombie apocalypses or parallel dimensions. This is not a presentation on sciences and maths of reality. I don't know these things. But they act as if they are suddenly surprised people are looking up how to defend against a zombie apocalypse. That's because of you, CERN. You're tampering with the fabric of reality that may be interconnected through Higgs field or a zero point across multiple dimensions with everything else, and for all we know, quantumly entangled with every parallel timeline that ever existed. You're surprised that when people notice reality around them changing, that they'd worry about a zombie apocalypse? I mean, that's like pulling the last piece, holding up the tower in Jenga and being surprised that it didn't just hover there. It's just letters and movie quotes changing now, but for all we know, you'll create some chain reaction, and the next thing we'll know, Bobcat Goatway is president. My fellow Americans! We must show resolve in these difficult times. As we seek peace in North Korea, it is important that we remain calm, okay? Gilbert Godfrey will be the Secretary of Defense, and rather than talk tough, he'll just fat-shame Kim Jong-un.
Distinguished members of NATO, maybe we should just offer Kim Jong-un Twinkies in exchange for nuclear disarmament.
Then he'll go on a rant, just fat-shaming, short-shaming Kim Jong-un on a public forum.
If little Kim Jong gets any fatter and shorter, we can just push him into a valley and just start rolling around until he gets stuck permanently. Kim Jong-un is such a dwarf that if you piss him off, you'll have to fight him in hand-to-foot combat. When asked about the new peace accord, Kim Jong-un says he's not happy. I guess that means he's dopey or grumpy.
The next major shift that happens, Jesse Ventura will be the only one actually exposing it, but True TV will be gone, so it's just Jesse Ventura and his YouTube videos.
Lies. Lies. Cover up. The government's trying to kill me. They're fluoridating the water. It's no longer depends, it's depend. If that won't make you crap your pants, I don't know what will.